Alright, welcome back to anyone who has watched either or both of the previous episodes. So this is going to be episode 3 of my wizard playthrough on Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 here. And assuming I learned my lesson and everything's going well, this is audio I'm recording at the same time that I'm playing. So after my test, it should be recording just fine. Hopefully the volume is fine. If not, I'll boost it in editing, and it shouldn't be that big a deal anyway. But anyway, yeah. Last time I went through how the skill upgrades and the use of gold will happen. So the only thing before getting started, because looking down here, I see I already have 3 potion charges, 3 dashes, so I should be fine with just that. Going over here, once you reach, I believe it's level 10, you unlock, well, as it says right here, it's a class promotion. Basically, you get what I like to refer to as an ult. It's from what I've seen, it's supposed to be like your most powerful spell, or it's supposed to add utility in addition to an extra passive. You can think of it as just another skill. So I'll showcase them before we get started here. So this is the discipline title, and then these are the skills. So, mouse over them, you can see what they do. Haste. I haven't actually seen this one in action, so I'm a little curious as to what will happen. But yeah, basically it makes you go faster. It's it makes you start tweaking out more or less. So yeah, I could see that being handy. I think it's kind of underwhelming compared to the other 2 disciplines, which I have seen in action. And dexterity per character level. So this one's interesting. This actually would make different weapons viable for the wizard. Anyway, I won't get into too many of the details, because this is probably going to be a pretty long session of gaming. So you can see here on the dummy, we can test out our skills. And let's see here. So that's activating. Oh, okay. So that might not have been noticeable for you guys, or at least not that noticeable. Basically, that was a really solid boost. Like, my basic attack came out much faster. I noticeably felt my magic missiles and fireball being cast faster. So that's useful. It's not a bad skill by any means, but since I'm aiming for the bonus, I think the other ones will give me a better chance. Just because they're a little more straightforward to damage, whereas that one's kind of like your DPS boosts, and also the movement speed would help with dodging. The other options, evocation, we have meteor shower. This one's pretty badass. I don't know, what does this do? That is also really, really good. What's the max cast? 8. Alright. And the meteors. So, we'll show them. For the most part, so every class has 3 potential disciplines, and each skill, they're always useful. Like, no matter what, they are useful. It is an extra skill, it's an extra passive. They are never, or they're hardly ever really a buff. I don't know the actual range for the meteors. I think here is fine. Okay, can I not? So down here, if you have like a passive stack type of thing, this is where you would see it. So you can see the three. That's my mana shield thing, the first passive that I had. And then over here is the cadence, or the, I already forget what it was called exactly. Oops, it's right here. The Encanter's Cadence. So that one's quite good. To be honest, what speaks to me the most, and so, I mean, this is my third video. I haven't spoken much about myself. Um, but in games, I absolutely love having summons. And what this ability does, also, I just like the passive of having basically a little buddy here. Have a sword that will automatically lash out, so you can see it go there. And so what's cool about this one is you get Hydras, which they actually do a lot of damage. But then also, just think about it, you have a crowd coming through, and then they last quite a while. So you have a crowd coming through, you lead them this way, you can basically just keep circling and dodging while you're, kiting them. You're damaging, keep launching your fireball, and then you have your Hydras there for, I think, what was that, like, it's probably like 7 or 8 seconds. So it can work pretty well. Oh, 6 seconds. Okay, that'll probably improve over time. So anyway, yeah, the disciplines there, they tend to be more powerful spells. That's why I like to refer to them as like your ultimate. Let's see, 63. I'm not gonna lie, as I play right now, I don't remember how many I had to play around with left over. I don't think... No way that I used them all. I can figure this out here. Hold up. What level am I? Level 11. I know I leveled up 7 times in episode 2. So I should have 21 points. Let's just say I have 21 points. It's again, guys, like I'm forcing myself to have some sort of challenge here, but I'm being very loose with the rules, and I was figuring them out as I went along. So let's say I have 21 left. Let's see. We'll probably make a cut here, just to whenever I'm done figuring out what I want where. 31, so 18. Oh no, it is 8 seconds. I just can't read. Interesting. Okay. 10, 13, 8. Okay, and if I did make a cut here, guys, you'll see I've used 21 points. So you can, I can definitely try to like make a guide for what's the most important. Like I'm still experimenting with the wizard, so I can't say for sure right now. I'm just trying things out. Yeah, if that's something that's interesting for anyone, again, like at the moment, I don't think I have any comments on any of the videos. But yeah, feel free to leave a comment and I will respond. Or yeah, if I see someone is actually interested in it, I might make a video for that. Or if I think it's needed. I'm pretty sure I did select, I did already do that. So anyway, like I said, I think. Okay, so these are all like green at the highest. So what I'm gonna do is I'm at what, 15,500 right now. Just sell all of this. So 15,500, that was plus 2,300. All right. And we're just gonna estimate because it doesn't really matter that much. So anyway, I still haven't powered myself up that much. The goal today is to reach the final boss, at least. And now that this is our third run overall, I'm gonna allow myself one of these. Now again, you get these from actually building the chapel. And then as you level it up, you unlock more of these blessings. So since I'm a wizard, I'm gonna choose protection. I think you start off with these two, if I remember correctly. So don't forget to hit apply, magic shop. So this lets you get basically a skill upgrade right off the bat. I'm gonna bank on the hydras. Then the tavern, I will allow myself, well, I can only do one food. One food and one beverage. Which one? Which one? Oh, I actually really like this one, so. Yeah, so you can see them all here. I'll just scroll through them quickly. You guys can pause the video to look at these effects if you like. So more of these become available. I think all the non-rare ones here become available just as you upgrade the tavern. Everything else, I'm pretty sure has to be from Blueprint, or I might have gotten all of these from Blueprints. I don't know. The tavern might just make the blueprints available. I don't actually remember. It's been a while. And then this is just to show you guys the architect. This is to make modifications for your run. And the entire run is actually called the Dark Citadel. So in terms of content that I'm going to keep in, I'm most likely going to still at least keep the skill orb. And then once you beat that boss, he can open the doors to the Dark Citadel for you. Now what the Dark Citadel does is you can come here and then I think this is just based on how many bosses you beat. Yeah, because on my other characters there are 4 torches. So the Dark Citadel, if I just started now, basically some shadow ghosts will show up and I have to run the gauntlet against them. And basically it lets you skip the first 2 bosses. It lets you get right to the dungeon where the skull plant is. I don't know if 2 torches lets you skip past even that, but basically if you light the torches here, it gives you a bigger challenge against the shadow ghosts and it lets you go further. Typically it might just be like it takes you to the floor that leads to the boss, but what happens is by doing the Dark Citadel, since you're skipping so many floors and you're missing out on, you know, a bunch of items and skill orbs and such, once you beat it you get some skill orbs here along with some items here. So it kind of evens out, but you end up with like, I think like a couple less skill upgrades. So alright, let's do it. So like I said, there are a bunch, and this is why you want to have potions. Jeez, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is kind of tough. So I think I said it in the last video, but yeah. So you can see here I got 3 skill orbs. Still have 1 potion, so that's actually quite good. I did not do a very good job of dodging. I'm too used to actually having this is probably better. Actually having high enough defenses that I can face check a lot of those ghosts. In this case, I can't. I'm still level 11. I think my armor isn't even... Actually, my armor is a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. I have no evade chance. Interesting. I thought I had better. Okay. Well, it's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and max out the magic missiles. That's probably what I'm going to be casting the most. Ooh, that is tempting. That is very tempting. Boost our damage. And you can see here, you get a whole treasure trove of trinkets. Oh yeah, this is also kind of important. So a lot of the trinkets that you get, they kind of come in a set, so you can see them here and see what they do. I also saw we got a really, really good trinket over here. I'll get to that in a second. This is decent for later on. This is good. That's solid. That's okay. So the dragon scales, I mean, just read it out. It's really good. Like I told you in the last video, starting off defensive when you are still early in the game and haven't made that much progression is really good. So yeah, it still sends us to a dungeon. So I guess the lighting the torches in that case only gave us more rewards instead of helping us skip more progress. Skill orb, this is very important. That's kind of irrelevant. Oh, sure. Oh, nice, a fountain. The point of sending stuff back is it guarantees a certain amount of your gold to not get eaten up by your, well, your gold and your resources to not get eaten up by the taxes that come from, well, you dying and then going back to town. You guys will see that you don't actually get all of your, what do you call it? Everything that you collected. Yeah, let's go with fire. Arista, that's what the plant is called. I always forget about that. So we have to, I don't know if I really showed this off in the last one. These two guys, because you have, I think it's a random chance of these soldiers spawning when you're playing solo. They still spawn when you're playing multiplayer, but I think it's increased chance of them spawning when you're solo. These guys in particular are ghosts, so they move a little weirdly. So anyway, this one should go much faster, just because I have that, and that, and you can see the hydras are putting in work. Yeah. Yeah, that's so yeah, I'm pretty sure most like just like straight to damage classes. Once you unlock the disciplines, they can handle the first three bosses super fast for the most part. Like with my sorcerer, it was kind of the same. Warlock, Warlock. Once I actually learned how to play Warlock, was definitely like that. If you're curious what I mean by that, I'm definitely going to show off some. Oh, that's good. Um, some New Game Plus gameplay. Once I am done with the Warrior playthrough, and most likely I'm going to show my Warlock doing some stuff. I'll explain in greater detail what I mean at that. A lot of like the burst damage that I'm seeing is really just the fact that I have the Shadow Curse right now. This is actually really good because I'm mostly spamming the magic missiles. There are some very large groups, and it's really the groups that get you. It's like if anyone's watched the Walking Dead, a single walker isn't that much of a threat unless you don't know where it is. But a group of them, you're kind of screwed. I'm not using this much. Yeah, let's go with some ice hydras. Why not? So everyone kind of develops their own gameplay or game plan. In my case, okay, so that's the boss. In my case, I really like using the magic missiles because they kind of concentrate. It's basically one really big blast that goes through enemies. But you know, someone might prefer the what do you call it? The fireball, or relying solely on the hydras, or one of the other abilities if they chose a different discipline. Like the friends I play with, one of them chose to go with wizard themselves, and they basically exclusively go with the meteors, which in terms of AoE, meteors are insane, but it's really just in one constant. Like if he activated them, it would be like this whole hallway right here for, I don't know, this section would be like molten ground, and all the enemies in that section would just be obliterated. It is a sight to behold. So I think with ice, the hydras do more damage. I'm not 100% sure. They should at least be slowing the enemies though, which, okay, nothing there. Which will be helpful. Phew. Okay, thought I was gonna end the run a little short. Yeah, so I mentioned it before, I don't know how much I'm gonna cut out from this, so I could be yapping for nothing, but I like to think that I'll leave this in. Also helps with the practice, because if I'm gonna keep making videos like this and actually recording the audio at the same time that I'm playing, it's good practice just to, you know, learn how to do this with some comfort. I've always been a bit more of an introvert, so talking this much is a bit of a... Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I got a little too greedy there. Okay, let's see how much I have. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, to be honest, I didn't get very many great trinkets, and I probably got a little too cocky with the Shadow Curse. It's one of those things of diminishing returns. Part of why I've suggested before that you focus a little bit on defense before anything else if you're starting out in this game. Because the wizard, like after a certain point, you're only going to be doing so much damage to the enemies since they scale with you. So you need a bit of balance, but you can't just, spend all of your skills on uh you can't just spread all of your skills around evenly. You're just not gonna get very good results from that. I'm gonna give it one more go tonight. That might be the end of episode 3. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if episode 3 is just gonna be until I actually beat the boss or the main boss, or we'll see. So again, if you saw that there, that was about 7. Well, to be honest, another issue is the fact that I don't have a full equipment load. Um, I'm gonna play around with this a bit. Alright, so you can see here. mm, I did a few upgrades, honestly, very minor. Basically, I just boosted. I'll show you when I get uh, in game. Let's go with that. I'll stick with this. But whoops, wrong button. I boosted the rarity of most of my weapons, so now they all have an enchantment. Gives them better boosts, basically. Yeah, I'll scroll through them. I think it was, what, these 3? I don't remember if these were already blue or not. Anyway, very minimal change. So just going to test this out. It's nice. Okay. Spell cooldowns are already quite low. So screw it. We're going in. I'm just waiting for. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I was not taking enough advantage of my Hydra the last time around. Hydras. I feel like Hydra is probably the plural of Hydra, but I don't know. I'm not an etymologist. Is that the word? Oh. Too much for that one. No, let's go for that. That's helpful, yeah. Ah. So unless I cut it out, I did mention that I actually quite like, what do you call it? Summons in games. Yeah, so, oh, this is a really good item. Get an extra potion. Nice. Nice. Okay. Solid all around. So I do like some spiders. I don't mind them. They're not very good though. They just don't actually do very much. All right, more trinkets. And yeah, I really wish I would have shown you guys something new. But we live and you learn. Um, yeah, chance to stun will actually be very handy. Hmm, feedback would be really good, because right now I'm kind of winging it and just saying like, oh, well, that doesn't really need to be shown, that doesn't really need to be shown. Oh, wait a minute. This one's tough. I really like this item personally, the Moonstone Pendant, and you can read what it says right there. Again, 50 damage over time, once you get into the later stages, isn't amazing, but that can definitely save you. So far with the videos I've published, and while I've been editing it, but I changed some settings, and I think it should look crisper now. Like it should look like actual 1080p. Because before so the thing is, this is pixelated graphics, or like pixel, not 8-bit, but yeah, definitely pixel graphics. So it's only ever going to look so clear. But when I'm playing it, it looks really nice. When I watch the video, it doesn't look bad by any means, but it does look like it could be a little crisper. So I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. Because I did change around some settings, which I think will make a difference, but it remains to be seen. And then yeah, just like last time, I know the PS5 has like kind of like a setup system just to like upload clips and your gameplay already. It's just a lot more limited, so I can't really or I don't know. I think I'd have to upload it to YouTube, then download that video, and then edit it. So I don't know. It would be possible. I'd need to play around with that a bit and see how it goes. But that's definitely a possibility. Some sped up versions of drawings I make, or I have an idea for a comic book I kind of want to work on. I might share, progress on that. We'll see how it goes. Maybe even some animations at some point. I've never done that. That could be fun to delve into. There probably are several. Yeah, and there's just a bunch of games on the PSN I've never tried, so I might I might just do some playthroughs of those. Well, never tried, and some I've never even heard of, or never really given the chance to. But back on the mindset. So this one is interesting. If you look in the top right, you can see Harbingers of Dread. So this boss is actually two enemies. This is going to be interesting. So the name of this one is really just dodge. Just dodge. They have a lot of attacks and a lot of AoE, so you want to keep your distance, and the guy with the scythe is going to lunge at you. You want to avoid letting him hit you with his lunge as much as possible. Okay, I thought I was going to have to pop another potion there. They can do damage. They can definitely do a good amount of damage. Hatchet doesn't do anything for us, sadly. And Red Dragon Skill. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so there's that. In terms of games I've played a lot of, I don't really play it anymore, but FIFA I used to be pretty into. I don't have the newest FC, but I don't know. Maybe some gameplay of that. I wouldn't really count on it. I kind of lost interest after FIFA 22 or 23. If I do that, it would most likely be like a career mode. I don't care for foot all that much. Okay, yeah, I remember this for now. This one, dodging is absolutely essential. Because the guy with the lightning blast, they do damage. They do big dick damage, as some might say. Let's go with this. Yeah, honest. I'll see how this goes when I look at the gameplay again while I'm editing. Because I'm wondering if it's better just to split this into 2 different episodes. Because again, I haven't seen if there's any more interest yet for like a longer form video like the second episode, or more of a like balanced, I guess, average size video like the first one. So like, because like the final boss isn't gonna get melted no matter what I do, and I can only dodge so well. Like I'm only so skilled at dodging. I really wish I would have seen that fountain earlier. Would have saved some real time. It's probably gonna end up quite useful. Okay, so we finally made it to the boss here. I am going to take a quick break here. So there should definitely be a cut right around here. If not, enjoy the enjoy the awkward, just nothing happening that time. Okay, so I am back. That should have been just a cut for you guys, so hopefully I do that correctly in the edit. This is one of the cases where it's actually advantageous to do a voiceover instead of live commentary. But anyway, we are at the next boss. This is the second to last boss, and you guys will be able to see in the top right here, Serpents of Demise. So yes, it's snakes. This one, it's not, if you know what to look out for, it's a manageable boss, but it's very easy to lose control, get swarmed, and just get wrecked. It's also very tanky, usually. I don't know how I'll scale at this point, because yeah, I have a good amount of armor now. Okay, so I shouldn't get like one shot or anything. Let's get into it. Okay. So yeah, name of the game is you got these skeleton snakes just going around. Okay. They do a lot of damage. So okay, I'm gonna do enough damage to make it worth it. Alright, so based on how that first encounter went, I'm going to have to play the long game and um, go ahead and try to just kite them instead of trying to take them on head on. So that isn't an issue, and that's probably the recommended method for taking on this boss. There's only one real issue with that, and it's that it's gonna take quite a while. Although honestly, it's going faster than I would have expected. But yeah, kind of moral of the story once you have, oh, yep. So see, the real issue with this boss is if you can't quickly take out that crowd of soldiers, it gets very easy because of the way the snakes move for you to get like swarmed. But yeah, ideally you could keep up the combo blast going constantly. We'll see how it goes. So far this is going alright. Another major issue when you're taking damage is there are so many enemies with all the little ghosts and the snakes that you don't really get a chance to just recover your health. And that they have that attack. See, the most damaging thing is probably the, like, ghost snake heads that get launched after you. But yeah, it's really just being attentive, you know, kiting enemies. So a lot of the same skills, it's just this boss is a lot less forgiving than a lot of the enemies that you see. Oh, also this, it's kind of funny, but the ghost soldiers, they keep coming even after the boss is done. Yeah, so we can just go up here and get the rewards. Blackjack, that's decent, nothing that great. Ooh, this one's really good. So, um, again, just general tips. There are some trinkets that I'm just gonna point out are really good in my opinion because of what they do. This one, you can read it right here. You get a chance to restore a potion charge. So you are not guaranteed to find a fountain on floors. Um, Basically what that means is once you get to these floors, especially your first time with a character getting to these floors, it's rough keeping all of those potion charges. In this case, we still have 2. That's a decent amount. Uh, I really hope either we get that 1% or there is a fountain here, because this floor is rough. So my recommendation for these enemies, these light orbs, is heavily just go ahead and hit and run as much as you can, because the light orbs do insane amounts of damage, and they split apart like 3 to 4 times. See? They just keep on coming. But yeah, one of the main reasons I wanted to go with the Hydra instead of meteors is that meteors, you have to be a lot closer to these orbs to make sure they are hitting. The Hydra I can just leave in one spot and, you know, just bring over the enemies. So I was thinking a little more end game. Just because that shield is, again, like 50, it doesn't sound like much, but that 50 could save you from dying very easily. I don't know what to take here. I'm gonna take this. Just thinking about the final boss, because I want to be able to spam my Hydras as much as possible. I'd say it's not worth it. Like, I'm making an educated guess, and I feel like that's probably good enough. I don't think there's any reason to take this that seriously. Like, this isn't an official competition or anything. And I'm mostly playing this game / recording for fun, so... Okay, so this is it. This is actually the final boss. I'm not going to lie. With my current build, and also my level, and damage output, I'm not really expecting to beat the final boss on this go. Just looking at my trinkets, I have a decent build, but nothing that crazy. I'll quickly scroll through the trinkets if you're interested. I'll move slow enough that, you know, anyone who really cares to can go ahead and pause, you know, without me making it too difficult for you to pause on whatever you want to see. But yeah, I'll show them off here just so you can see all the trinkets I have on this run. And I mean, it's pretty solid. The main concern for me is really my health. I'm still in the low 300s. The final boss does a lot of damage. Moveset. And it requires a lot of dodging. And it's kind of tough. And once you get him low enough to like his final stage, he has a move that essentially does a lot of damage and covers a lot of the screen. Anyway, I won't spoil too much. It's better just to show it. So this boss in particular requires, for sure, concentration. So I probably won't be talking as much. But I will try. So, all right, let's do this. So yeah, this is the full avatar of Thanos that we saw earlier. Oh, okay. his range is horribly annoying. So I think like because of the Hydras, I feel relatively confident that I can do this. But yeah, because the damage output is honestly a lot higher than I was expecting from myself. The boss is doing about as much damage as I was expecting him to do. I'm doing okay so far at avoiding most of his stuff. Okay, this is where. Ah, that scythe attack of his is really annoying because it silences you, so your basic attack typically goes down. So really, it's about getting to know the uh, the enemy. And avoiding his attacks, of course. Wow, he got me. Okay, this is his final stage. It's just difficult to avoid everything because there's so much going on and it does so much damage. Ah, still got me. Oh, I'm out of potions. Oh, let's go, guys. That was so close. I was more or less one attack from being killed, and the Hydras came through. Okay, so basically, the reason for my low confidence in why I wasn't expecting it, I knew it was possible to beat him. The reason I wasn't expecting it, I wasn't entirely sure how much damage the Hydras would actually do to him because he's typically very tanky. Well, he is very tanky. So practically all of my damage there came from the Hydras. And I think you guys could see that. That was like the only thing bringing down his health. But I actually did it. I didn't think it was possible. Shoot? I don't I don't know what to do now. I wasn't expecting to actually get this done tonight. Wow. Well, all right, there you go, guys. That is the wizard gameplay. Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna be an interesting one. This might end up being a really long video, like episode 2. Like another 50 or hour-long video. I think in terms of total gameplay I've recorded this um hmm, it's definitely longer than how much I had recorded for episode 2, but I don't have to worry as much about, or well, I hope I don't have to worry about as much about editing the video and then having to do a voiceover over the edit. Although if I have to do that again, I'm probably not going to write a script, but just jot down um, some ideas for stuff to talk about. But yeah, we did it. As you can see, that I mean, at this point, I don't think it matters. Yeah, so 25k. Level 17 too. I think that's the lowest level I've uh, managed to beat the final boss at. But yeah, it was a tale of just the damage output from the wizard uh, heavily carried there. Okay, so oh yeah, I can afford to. So yeah, so that was the very last upgrade. Um, let's see. So I'm thinking